Hello ladies and gentlemen, Devin from DCON here, and this is the M60-A mechanical keyboard from Rama Works. Now if you haven't heard of Rama Works, they're a smaller company based out of Australia, and they focus primarily on making very nice, high quality mechanical keyboards, and they're typically machined from a single piece of aluminum and brass. And that's exactly what we have here with the M60-A. The M60-A is a 60% mechanical keyboard. So you hear that number 60% and you may be thinking, what does that mean? What does 60% get me? So that 60% means you're getting a keyboard that's 60% the size of a traditional keyboard. So this means you're going to be getting a keyboard that's much more compact, and also it means you're going to be limited on the type of keys that you have at your disposal. In terms of keys, you're getting your letters A through Z, you're getting a spacebar at the bottom, and along the left and right hand sides you're getting your traditional kind of specialty keys such as Control, Alt, etc. And along the very top you have one last row for your numbers. The M60-A is essentially composed of three parts. You have the base, the body, and the PCB board itself. Let's take a look at the body first. The body is machined from a single piece of aluminum and brass and is slightly angled at 8 degrees. The aluminum portion is perfectly cut out and there's zero imperfections whatsoever. Around back, the single piece of brass grabs your attention immediately as it's hand polished and provides a nice contrast from the rest of the body. We also have our port hole for our USB Type-C connection here as well, and just above that we have our beautiful Rama logo. The base itself is pretty bare bones as well. We have a screw in each corner, and we have two rubber feet, one at the top and one at the bottom. Just in between those, we have these really heavy, deep grooves, which really accentuates that industrial design that Rama's going for. Flipping the base over and looking at the internal side, we see this space here. This space is reserved for an optional internal weight. The internal weight adds about 1.5 pounds to the overall keyboard. Okay, let's talk about the PCB real quick. The PCB was designed by Wilba, and it has Kahil Switch sockets built in, and this allows the switches to be essentially plug and play as you can swap them out with ease. This allows the board to be super convenient and also user friendly as there's no soldering required. The board has RGB lighting and there's 10 different presets. Holding these two buttons here and pressing 1 or 2 allows you to cycle through each preset. There's a great range of lighting options here. You can go with one color, 2 colors, or you can go full RGB crazy and let it bounce around in different colors like it's at a midnight rave. And if you don't want any backlight at all, you can turn the function off completely, which is what I did. In terms of adjustment, you're able to change the color of each preset. However, you cannot change the color of each individual key as that feature is missing. For the switches, I went with the box Royal switch from Novel Keys as I wanted a nice tactile typing experience without it being overly clicky. And they're not too loud either. And to finish the board off, I went with Originative's SA Honeywell set as I wanted that classic creamy white and gray look to help match the overall look of the board. And I threw some red accents in there because everything must be blood red. Overall, the keycaps seem durable and they look fantastic, and I love that extra large font that they provide. However, more than a few keycaps in my set came with some imperfections along the side. I paid nearly as much for this keycap set as I did for the entire keyboard itself, and I kind of expected them to be perfect, and that just wasn't the case. I would still recommend keycap sets from Originative as they were shipped super fast and they turned out really nice. I would just say be on the lookout for any imperfections. In terms of dislikes on this board, I would say I don't really have any really. If I had to really nitpick, I would say I don't love the included cable. Don't get me wrong, the cable is pretty nicely made as it's a braided nylon cable. It's just that it comes in a basic black color. And this is great if you're buying the black keyboard that Rama offers. However, there's 5 more color options. It would have been nice if they would have offered a matching colored cable with whatever keyboard that you purchased. Overall, the M60-A is expertly made and it's perfectly machined. And not only is it one of the best looking keyboards you can buy, it's honestly one of the nicest looking devices I've ever laid my hands on. It probably belongs in a museum, it's that perfect, and the price tag definitely reflects that. Well, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please send me your likes. If you enjoy my content, send me your subs. And as always, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. As there's no solder? Good hell.